Hi and welcome to German with Pauline. I'm Pauline. The German language has 4 different cases, and these are Nominativ, Akkusativ, Dativ and Genitiv. If you want to be able to articulate important and essential expressions like I'm sorry, I'm cold, or just thanking someone, you will automatically be put in direct contact with the dative case. It's inevitable and there's no way around it. That being said, it's no easy task, and I know this for a fact. It can definitely be daunting and intimidating with all the cases and their respective rules. To try to explain dative in its easiest or most basic form, it is the second person in a sentence, or it is the second object in a sentence, depending on the sentence. Dative is the indirect object of a sentence. It is the recipient. It receives an action from the direct object. Apart from that, it has many more side jobs. The dative case is varied and can take on different situations. And I have 3 situations for you. Number 1, second noun in a sentence triggering the dative case. Prepositions triggering the dative case, or verbs triggering the dative case. And before we move on, I would like to take a look at this table, and I will give you a moment. This is the definite and indefinite articles in dative. So if we have die is der in dative, definite, and indefinite einer. Der is dem in dative, and the indefinite is einem. Das is dem in dative, and the indefinite is einem. And then we have plural definite, den in dative, and there is no option for plural indefinite. And so today's video is about the first alternative, the first situation. Second noun triggering the dative case. And we're going to take a couple of examples. Ich helfe dem Kind. Now, ich is Subjekt, also Nominativ. Helfe is the verb, and the verb conjugates accordingly, depending on the subject. And then we have dem Kind. It's das Kind in Nominativ, and das is dem in Dativ, so dem Kind. And ich is the first person, so dem Kind is the second person, and it's Dativ. Another example. Der Dozent antwortet der Studentin. Now, der Dozent, Subjekt, Nominativ. Antwortet is the verb. der Studentin, it is die, but in die transforms into der in dative. So der Studentin. Der Dozent is the first person, and der Studentin is the second person, and it's in dative. Ich gratuliere der Freundin. Ich, again, Subjekt, Nominativ case, and then gratuliere, verb. It's die Freundin, but in dative it transforms into der Freundin, and der Freundin is the second person. The first person is ich, and the second person is der Freundin in dative. And so now we're going to throw one more object into the mix, the direct object, meaning Akkusativ. Sarah schreibt der Tante einen Brief. Sarah is the subject, so it's a nominative case, and the one doing an action. Schreibt is verb. Einen Brief is Akkusativ. Accusative is the direct object, and it receives the action from subject. Sarah is writing a letter, it receives the action from the subject, and then we have der Tante, and der Tante is dative. It's the indirect object, and it gets and receives an action from the direct object. And in this context, it's the second person, and it's the person that is intended. And the check question, the Kontrollfrage for dative is wem. So if I wanna check if this is dative, you could try with wem schreibt Sarah einen Brief? Der Tante. Dativ. So another example. Opa erzählt dem Kind eine Geschichte. If we take a closer look at the sentence and the construction, usually dative for accusative. Dative comes before accusative. Because we have Oma is the subject, nominative, erzählt, verb, dem Kind, dative, it's the indirect object, and it receives, the direct object. And then we have eine Geschichte, accusative, the direct object. And you see dative, dem Kind comes before eine Geschichte. So usually dative for accusative. I know this is tricky and it's not easy. If you're not sure and you're doubting, you could try to translate it into English. And if you are able to put a to before one of the nouns, it's most probably the indirect object, meaning dative. I'm going to explain it for you guys. So if we translate this into English, grandma tells a story to the child. I can't put a to before the second noun. So to the child is dative. Dem Kind. Anna zeigt den Freunden das Ferienhaus. Anna ist Subjekt, zeigt Verb. Das Ferienhaus, direct object, Akkusativ. And den Freunden is dative. Because for plural, definite, dative, we have den. So, Anna zeigt den Freunden das Ferienhaus. Der Zusteller gibt dem Mann ein Paket. Der Zusteller, Subjekt, Nominativ, gibt Verb dem Mann, Dativ, it's der, so in Dativ we have dem, ein Paket, Akkusativ. Accusative, the direct object, is in direct contact with the subject. And dative receives accusative. Dative is the recipient of the direct object. Der Zusteller gibt dem Mann ein Paket. Eva schenkt dem Onkel eine Kamera. Eva ist Subjekt, Nominativ, schenkt Verb dem Onkel, because it's dative. Der Onkel transforms into dem Onkel in dative, and eine Kamera, Akkusativ. Eva schenkt dem Onkel eine Kamera. Die Mutter kauft der Tochter eine Kette. Die Mutter ist Subjekt, Nominativ, kauft Verb der Tochter, Dativ. Die ist der in Dativ und eine Kette, Akkusativ. Usually when you have two objects in a sentence, one of them is dative. The indirect object is to whom the action is intended. And the mother buys a necklace to her daughter. So the daughter is intended. Der Tochter, Dativ. Der Lehrer erklärte den Schülern die Übungen. Der Lehrer, Subjekt, erklärte Verb den Schülern, because it's plural dativ. Den Schülern die Übungen, Akkusativ. Der Lehrer erklärte den Schülern die Übungen. Guys, that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, take care.